One of the most valuable lessons life has taught me is the art of not forcing things. Over the years, I've learned that trying to force conversations, friendships, relationships, attention, and even love rarely leads to satisfactory results. In fact, it often ends up being a recipe for disappointment. There is an inherent beauty in allowing things to flow naturally. When something is genuine and meant to happen, it doesn't require excessive effort to make it happen. Instead, it simply unfolds before you, like a story that is destined to be told. However, accepting this lesson was not easy for me. There were times when I invested all my energy into conversations, friendships, and relationships that simply weren't meant to be. I wanted these connections to be lasting, but no matter how hard I tried, they crumbled before my eyes. I learned, the hard way, that forced things are rarely worth it. The most challenging part of this lesson was learning to move on without the people I believed would be in my life forever. It's painful to realize that someone you value isn't willing to invest in the relationship the way you do. But over time, I learned that the peace of knowing I'm a good person who doesn't seek to harm others is a treasure that no one can steal from me. No matter how many criticisms or negativity others may try to cast upon me, that peace is mine to keep. Life is a wise teacher, and if you don't learn the lesson, it's teaching. It will repeat it until you finally understand. I also learned that it's not worth fearing the loss of those who don't recognize the luck they have in having you in their lives. The people who value and appreciate you are the ones who deserve your time and energy. Sometimes life shows us who truly cares, and it's essential to value those people. Another fundamental lesson life taught me is that some people will try to discourage you because they're afraid you'll realize the true potential you possess and achieve what they themselves don't have the courage to try. These people may question your aspirations, doubt your abilities, and even try to undermine your confidence. However, don't let that discourage you. Choosing your life partner carefully is one of the most impactful decisions you can make because it will affect about 90% of your happiness or sadness. Finding someone who shares your values, dreams, and vision for the future is crucial for building a fulfilling and satisfying life. Another valuable lesson I've learned is that true love goes beyond words. It manifests in actions. When someone is there for you in tough times, it's not just help. It's a sincere demonstration of love. Gratitude for those who are willing to be there when you need them most is something that should never be underestimated. Life often puts us in difficult crossroads, and I've had to make painful decisions along the way. One of the most beautiful lessons in self-love I've dedicated myself to is letting go of something I wanted in my life because I knew it was harming me. I've learned that sometimes the greatest act of self-love is having the courage to let go of what's unhealthy for you, even if it's painful. If you're reading this now and resonate with the content, maybe it's time to start your own journey of self-discovery and growth. No matter where you are in life, it's never too late to embark on a new journey, live a new story, or build a new dream. Life is full of possibilities waiting to be explored. I've learned to stop chasing life because I realized it knows exactly where I am. The relentless pursuit of something that may not be destined to be is a constant source of stress and anxiety. Instead, I chose to trust in the natural flow of life and allow things to happen in their own time. Your mental peace begins when you decide to cut ties that don't add value to your life. It's important to love, but not allow yourself to be used. It's crucial to be friendly, but not let others abuse your heart. Trusting is important, but it's also essential not to be naive. Listening to others is a valuable skill, but never lose your own voice in the process. Unfortunately, some people, when they realize they can't match you, let alone surpass you, resort to envy. It was hard for me to understand that envy is often the root of negativity directed toward us. However, as I grew, I learned not to give too much importance to these feelings of others, as they say more about them than about me. In many instances, People may not notice or appreciate all you do for them until you stop doing it. This doesn't mean people are ungrateful, but often we are so busy with our lives and concerns that we overlook acts of kindness around us. I've learned that giving without expectations is a more satisfying way to live. Life can be a strict teacher, but it also gifts us with precious lessons. If you deceive someone, it doesn't mean that person is foolish. It means they trusted you more than you deserved. Trust is a quality that should be valued and protected. My dear, throughout life, I've learned that masturbation, in moderation, is a natural expression of human sexuality and should not be a source of guilt or concern. However, like any pleasure, excess can become harmful. Remember, young one, that balance is the key to a healthy and fulfilling life. Remember that love exists, friends exist, loyalty exists. However, what often lacks are people willing to take on these roles. When someone disappoints you, make sure you never have to rely on them again. Diminish the power of anything that disturbs your inner peace. Remember that if something doesn't exist in your mind, it won't exist in your life either. Karma is not the universe's revenge, but a reflection of your actions. So, worry more about what you give than what you receive. Happy people build their own world, while unhappy ones blame the rest of the world for their difficulties. The responsibility for our happiness is in our own hands. There is never a valid excuse for someone who has had countless opportunities to do the right thing and continues to make wrong choices. Learn to set boundaries because what you allow, unfortunately, tends to repeat. If you expect others to act with the same generosity you show, you may end up disappointed. However, that shouldn't stop you from continuing to be a good person. One of the most important things you can do when you're in a hole is simply to stop digging. Sometimes, when we encounter problems or difficulties, our first reaction is to keep digging deeper. However, often the solution lies in stopping, assessing the situation, and finding a different way to approach it.